penubuhan National Oversight and Whistleblowers Centre untuk melindungi pemberi maklumat. Negara telah menyaksikan beberapa perkembangan sihat dalam tempoh setahun yang lalu apabila ramai rakyat Malaysia tampil untuk memberi maklumat mengenai salah guna kuasa dan perlakuan rasuah yang berlaku. Individu-individu yang tampil ini berhadapan dengan risiko yang besar, termasuklah risiko kewangan, hilang pekerjaan dan keselamatan. There have been many, albeit for the time being many of them are anonymous, who took personal risks to come forward and provide information. They come to other parties apart from the government. I suppose it's symptomatic of the breakdown of confidence in government institutions. I view it as a very healthy development, and it is part and parcels of a maturing process of any society. Saya bersimpati dengan nasib yang menimpa saudara Johari Muhammad yang hilang mata pencarian, diugut, disiasat dan akhirnya didakwa. Kos jaminan yang ditetapkan oleh mahkamah dan kos guaman yang terpaksa beliau tanggung selepas ini sudah tentu di luar kemampuan beliau. Sepanjang saya mengendalikan beberapa kes berkepentingan awam setakat ini, saya berurusan dengan ramai rakyat Malaysia yang berani seperti saudara Johari Muhammad. Mereka juga kini menghadapi risiko yang sama. There have been, as I said, there have been many. Some were a lot more discreet, some were very open. But I think we will see more and more people coming forward, and therefore these people now are in danger and are facing a greater risk, especially selepas dakwaan semalam yang menunjukkan bahawa pentadbiran Datuk Seri Najib tidak menghiraukan any notion of whistleblowers. There is no place for whistleblowers in his administration. Mereka sepatutnya dilindungi oleh kerajaan. Sebaliknya mereka diburu, diugut dan didakwa oleh kerajaan. Akta Perlindungan Pemberi Maklumat atau Whistleblowers Protection Act yang digubal langsung tidak berkesan, malah diragui oleh rakyat. Sebab itu sejak akta itu diluluskan sehingga sekarang baru ada 7 orang yang tampil. Itu pun kita tidak pasti apa kesan atau tindakan yang diambil oleh pihak berkuasa apabila 7 orang ini tampil untuk memberi maklumat. Saya percaya selepas ini, pentadbiran Datuk Seri Najib akan terus memburu pemberi maklumat untuk menutup mulut mereka. Pemburuan ini juga bertujuan untuk mematikan bercambahnya budaya baru dalam masyarakat kita yang menggalakkan pemberi maklumat tampil ke hadapan. I think the first concerns yesterday when news broke out that they have finally decided to charge myself and Saudara Johari under Bafia. I think not so much a concern about us, but the concerns about what does this means to the country, especially in terms of rights and protection accorded to whistleblowers. I think it's fair to say that it will spook whistleblowers. It's fair to say that it's sending all the wrong signals, and I think we are turning the clock when it comes to encouraging people to come forward. Menyedari bahawa tanggungjawab melindungi pemberi maklumat dan menjaga kebajikan mereka tidak akan dipikul oleh kerajaan, saya dan beberapa rakan yang lain merasa terpanggil untuk bekerjasama dengan pertubuhan bukan kerajaan sedia ada atau semua badan-badan yang lain, parti politik dan seluruh masyarakat untuk menubuhkan sebuah badan khusus untuk melindungi dan menjaga kebajikan pemberi maklumat. In fact, I've been working on this for quite a while, almost 1.5 months, to put everything in place. I think our milestone planning was that we wanted to launch it slightly later, but yesterday's event basically ruined the whole timeline. Saya telah menubuhkan sebuah badan yang bernama National Oversight and Whistleblowers Centre, kependekan namanya NOW, yang bermatlamat seperti berikut. Pertama, untuk berfungsi sebagai badan pemantau yang menilai secara berkala prestasi urus tadbir, tata kelola dan ketulusan kerajaan dan agensinya, termasuk syarikat berkaitan kerajaan. Dan bila saya sebut kerajaan, maknanya semua kerajaan di peringkat Pakatan Rakyat dan juga Kerajaan Barisan Nasional. Up until today, we do not have a oversight body, whether appointed by government or independently, that monitors the governance and transparency and the performance and accountability of Parliament, of the state governments, of governments, and especially GLCs. They are allowed to roam free. Every now and then you have people coming forward and took risks. I think it's about time that the country needs a proper and continuous surveillance and monitoring, so that the public is updated on a standardized basis to evaluate the performance of these bodies. Yang kedua, berfungsi untuk mendedahkan skandal-skandal besar yang cuba dilindungi oleh mana-mana badan yang berkepentingan awam. Tidak kira kerajaan, parti politik ataupun even syarikat-syarikat besar, bagi skandal yang berkepentingan awam, perlu ada satu badan yang dedicated for that job. Yang ketiga, untuk melindungi dan menjaga kebajikan pemberi maklumat melalui dana perlindungan pemberi maklumat, Whistleblowers Protection Fund, yang menanggung kos guaman, kos hilang sara diri dan lain-lain. And some of us have gone through this personally. We have to pull money, we have to get lawyers to do pro bono, but sometimes lawyers are tied too. And I think unless there is a strong signal to the society that we have the support system in our society, you have the legal assistance, you have the funds to look after their welfare should anything happens, we can arrange for some level of protection. Unless these things is reaffirmed to the society, it will spook them. That's why this is in response to what is happening. I think that job must be undertaken by civil society and the society at large. And that can be done by building up our financial muscle through Whistleblower Protection Fund, so that we can make sure anything happens to them, there are lawyers and financial support. Yang keempat, untuk menjalankan program kesedaran untuk menggalakkan lebih ramai pemberi maklumat tampil ke hadapan. I think the awareness, people need to know that it's not too bad lah. I mean, being in lockup is not too bad. Actually, I learned a few Nepalese words. You get some African friends and so on. It's not too bad. I mean, and I think people needs to be reassured and given the inspiration that the society and the country needs more people to come forward. The real patriots are not the one who's singing janji ditepati. The real patriots are people who take risks to come forward and stand up to a government when a government refuses to listen to the public. I think that culture we have to reinforce in our society. And for that to happen, people need to be reassured, and we have to go on massive campaigns, massive roadshows and so on. And fungsi yang kelima, our objective is to train more and more activists with the right skills to carry on this job of looking after, monitoring and coming forward with revelations and exposes, so that we can share the burden of being sued, not just one or two people, so that we have more people being sued. But basically it requires some level of training and skills. They need to have the analytical skills, they need to have some legal basis, they need to have some media basis and so on. So we intend to basically encourage people to come forward, NGO activists, politicians to come on board, so that we can train and share our experience and create that pool of people who can go and carry out the oversight function in the society. Saya sertakan juga logo now yang dekat dalam. Saya akan hantar the soft copy after this. Basically, the logo symbolizes files and books and documents. Now you have it. It's so boring. Tapi I didn't design it. Somebody else designed it. I asked what it is. Apparently, it's books and files. Yeah.
These are OSC documents that should,
And documents.
should have been OSA documents
Oh,
that should
and,
have not been
Yeah,
taken.
and
Should have
OSA
been
documents.
classified.
Replaced by Sunshine Act.
Pegang sikit,
Okay.
cantik.
No, you'll get the soft copy.
Yeah.
Okay. 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 Here comes the part which is important. Badan ini telah didaftarkan dan akan beroperasi daripada pusat di Sungai Besi.
Tanah kerajaan
Bukan tanah kerajaan, don't worry. We pay for it. The centre is almost done completely. We have some small scale facilities, but includes training facilities and few others. Because we are serious about it. I mean, we do put our money first from our own pocket to get this up and running before we can actually raise enough funds. Now akan dilancarkan secara rasmi pada 30 Ogos 2012, sehari sebelum Hari Kebangsaan, untuk melambangkan kebebasan baru rakyat Malaysia, so that there is no fear. You know, we picked 30th August so that people understand that after this, hopefully, there shouldn't be any fear. If you want to come forward, come forward. Don't be afraid, so that I don't have to meet people sebelah longkang, belakang bangunan. I mean, I want to meet people in restaurants after this. Kan? Then, and hopefully with this, I think that it removes the fear, bits and pieces. Kejayaan now dalam melindungi pemberi maklumat akan bergantung kepada sumbangan orang ramai untuk menampung dana perlindungan pemberi maklumat. We will be funded through 3 ways. Donations, of course, grants, and subscriptions. We'll try to get subscriptions as well, because this is the model of similar whistleblowers and oversight bodies anywhere else. In fact, in the US and in Europe, usually corporate bodies subscribe to oversight bodies like this, so that you have an independent oversight function on certain industries. So we'll try to go on these 3 bases. We'll raise funds through grants, subscription and donation. Tetapi yang paling mendesak sekarang ialah untuk menampung dana perlindungan pemberi maklumat, the Whistleblower Protection Fund. Oleh itu, saya bagi pihak NOW dan kawan-kawan mengalu-alukan bantuan dan sumbangan untuk mengisi tabung ini secepat mungkin, because definitely we will be needing more with more cases coming. Maklumat account bank ada disertakan, account bank bernambah nombor yang panjang tu. The account's name is Oversight and Whistleblowers Centre. Sebarang sumbangan akan membantu menyegarkan lagi proses mematangkan masyarakat, and most importantly to build accountability in our society. And hopefully this is a new addition to a very vibrant civil society that we have, that has contributed to where we are now compared to the last 2 or 3 decades.